Yo, 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 we back again.
Yo, my boy Keith right here.
You already know.
Teo, bass.
Nah, we do.
A couple names.
Yeah, so what's up? How you been, man?
It's been a good week, man. You know, we survived the rain. That last week was kind of crazy.
Very much so.
Very crazy, man.
So you all black everything?
all black everything. It's all day though. It's summertime, wintertime, springtime, fall time.
Well, when it's summer, it's baking though.
Live off the land, you don't never bake. You know. See, I'm trying to teach him, just how to use the natural resources around you. So one day at a time. One day at a time. Old timer here. Old timer.
You know, I went real Miami-ish.
Yeah, you in the wrong state.
Not according to Cameron.
Cameron was not in the wrong state, but that pink gotta go sometimes. It's not for everybody. But flamingos, pink, with the black shorts. I see you.
Yeah, do what I gotta do.
Almost all black, but
Right.
almost all black.
Right. So what's up? What you got on your mind, man?
Man, where you want to start, man? Because Harlem looking kind of crazy every now and then, And I'm just, I was in the Bronx a couple of days ago. I was in Riverdale yesterday, and just seeing different neighborhoods. It's like some neighborhoods look upgraded, some neighborhoods look like the hood still. So what's going on with this gentrification?
Well, if you ask me about the gentrification, the first thing we gotta ask ourselves is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
Well, that's true. That's true. But what makes it good and what makes it bad? Because a lot of our people getting kicked out.
Who's our people?
People that look like us. And that's a lot of those people. A lot of those people.
All right. So what I would say is this: a lot of that is coming. It's basically boiling down to this, right? When people get money, what they tell you to do,
Save it.
and then after that,
Invest it.
and then after that, move out, right?
Okay.
Why not just buy the property in which you grew up at? This way, now you have somebody with some type of standard, some type of moral,
Yeah.
some type of financial, security in the neighborhood.
That's true. But what if you are making a good amount of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't like the living style of the neighborhood?
But who determined the living style of the neighborhood besides the people that live there?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So let's say you live in a building where you're like, damn, like I wish that building looked better because I'm making good money and I'm, I deserve better, right?
Right.
So is it wrong for them to want to leave that situation? Because they can't solely upgrade it because it's like, what, if I'm making more money and it's like, I don't have to live in a building like this. I can go, to the Heights. I can go downtown. I can go to BK. I can go to certain parts of Harlem, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, sure, it's like you have that foundation of money and, you're doing better. But sometimes you got to leave the area.
I agree.
Sometimes you got to leave.
But I also agree that us as a people, we determine the culture, we determine how things flow. So if we make it cool to be clean, if we make it cool to be dope, if we make it cool to invest,
right,
it'll become a trend in which you won't have to leave the neighborhood. It'll become a thing in which now the neighborhood will say, okay, this is the new wave, this is what we doing. Think about it, right? I'll give you an example. So before we had the 3XTs,
right,
that was a trendy, the do-rag with the two-tone sides or
right,
whatever,
right,
the headbands and all that, the sports
the velvet
look.
ones, all that.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the trend.
Yep.
But then somebody, I ain't gonna say who really came up with the trend, but when the polos and the button-ups became a thing, people started looking more presentable. It became trendy. Even the thugs was doing it.
True.
So my thing is this though. Once a person get a good job, a good career, or some type of financial success, make it a narrative because that's what it is. The younger generation has to see,
Correct. And an example.
right? See somebody
Yeah.
that's successful, that's still present,
Yeah.
so that they can now piggyback off of. However, I know that there's dangers of being successful and still being accessible. So I totally get that too. But I think that there's a lot of people that has been financially successful and they leave automatically.
Right.
Instead of saying, okay, what we're gonna do is let's move in this portion of the same neighborhood or let's move in the same building or wherever it is, and now let's hook it up and now let's make it to a point where we can make it a thing.
But so, do you feel that when gentrification happens, like let's say it happens in your neighborhood, is it like So is it a positive thing that there's new like buildings and new stores and new like just like a new kind of like culture coming to like a certain type of culture? Is that a positive thing, or because is it showing them that what this could be your normal, like living in this kind of building and having these kind of stores around? Like we haven't like having Whole Foods is what, like 6 years old, 7 years old roughly,
Possibly,
right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a big positive because
Right.
Every grocery store sells like good food, right? But Whole Foods is more known for it, and they probably have a different variety than our average grocery store around the corner or down the block.
Right.
It's probably offering, right?
Right.
And it's probably offering you like things that you probably haven't tried before, seen before, like
So my question is this: does Whole Foods take food stamps?
I think they do actually.
Because if they do, then
If
it's
they
good. It's good for that
Right,
community.
right.
But if it don't,
Right,
now
then you're
you're
singling them
isolating.
out,
Right,
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
isolating A group of people that can't get that type of food or that
Right,
type of
right.
product.
And it's
So
gonna make them like come out of their own pocket to pay for that too.
that's a fact. Which they may be able to still do it,
Right.
but what if they can't do it?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Another thing, so with all these like apartments that come out too in the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
it's, well, from what I understand is that each apartment like has to take a certain percentage like low income housing.
Right.
Right. So just nice buildings coming around, and people that maybe can't afford the actual rent, they can still apply for the low income housing, but get a really nice spot, still in Harlem.
Right.
So it's a win-win. I mean, sure, the percentage is a lot lower, for probably everybody in the city applying for it, and only a few people get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a lot of pros to it. The only thing is just when a lot of these buildings are getting like taken down, and they're buying people out and sending them to like the Bronx and like parts of Brooklyn that's still not getting upgraded.
Still Brooklyn.
Still Brooklyn.
Right.
Very much Brooklyn. All of Brooklyn. It's just like maybe it's 50-50.
Right. But see, this how.
Or
I
maybe
look
it's just
at
our perspective. What if you have someone?
it. Of course, there's two sides of the thing.
Because how do they
Right.
feel moving in to?
Oh, they love it. 'Cause they here.
Yeah, but
They here in the drove.
But
too.
do they feel comfortable?
Oh, they absolutely.
I don't know, because I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I feel like I only see them early morning, late at night.
But that's usually their schedule anyway.
But even summertime.
Right, but that's usually their MO because that demographic usually is not wandering with idle time. See,
Right.
in the hood, it's a lot of idle time because, like I said, people don't have jobs or people want to block getting it how they getting it or they scamming or whatever. So it only takes a quick little bang, bang, bang to make that happen, and after that, it's idle time.
Right.
They're usually on the move. They may have idle time as well.
But they might be staying inside or
Right, but you also know the melanin also protects you against certain weather climates.
We can hang out a little bit longer than they can. The beach don't hurt us. If it ain't brown, don't bring it around.
You try to get us canceled?
It's kind of like that. But no, I know what you mean. It's just maybe it's just a different like it's just different lifestyles.
But I say this much too, right? Just to be fair, right? If you have the money and you able to buy a property or buy a piece of land or buy an apartment in a certain area, if you have the finances, you should be allowed to purchase it. So if they see that, there's an abandoned building and it's a 6-story and we willing to put up the money to get it fixed up and and rent it out or whatever, they should be allowed to do so.
Of course.
My issue is this, right? Is that we have been always taught, go to the South, you get more bang for your buck, or when you get rich, go to Beverly Hills, go to LA, go here, right?
But don't stay where you come from.
Right, and it's more like value where you at, because truth be told, I haven't been around the world, but I've been to a few places, and there's no place like New York. Like, it is genuinely unique. It's technically a trend-setting state for the world in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure every other area got their little trend, but New York, as far as music, as far as arts, as far as athletes, as far as fashion culture, as far as slang, as far as what I mean, like
Freight challenge.
Yeah, all kind of stuff. It's just New York takes the world by storm. So when you get this,
also in a negative way, because look how damn expensive it is to live in New York. Now, I'm not saying, it comes with the territory, though, right? Very popular place is going to be very in demand, so people are going to want to move here.
But that's a good question though, because that's my point. Who determines the property value? Who determines that?
Who do you think? It ain't the common folk. It ain't the people living there.
Because my thing is this, right? So since we're on the topic of gentrification, the rental and the property space and all of this stuff, as far as finances goes, that is going high, but yet your wages is slowly going up by the cents.
Right. But that's why a lot of people get forced out to move to these other states, because the wages may be lower or around standard, but the rent and the taxes are not the same. So you can afford to live in a house in Missouri, but still get paid like 20 an hour, 15, 16, 17. Like you can still kind of work with that. Getting paid minimum wage in New York City and a one bedroom is $2,000. Like if you're doing that, you're probably living paycheck to paycheck, or you're just not living anywhere. You have to live in a low income area. So it's really just two extremes. It's like you can make a lot of money here, right? But a lot of money here is still going to your rent solely. Like your rent is going to be the reason why like you are working this hard or trying to make this much money. It's not because of your your luxuries or your other stuff on top of it, like getting a nice car. Like you have to be able to establish the rent problem here first.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yep.
What would be the average rent that you feel like someone would have to pay living in a middle class housing unit or area?
Like the minimum that should be, or like a good estimate, I guess.
Yeah, good
I would say a reasonable price. If it's like a one bedroom, I say 1,300.
1,300. Okay,
1,300.
now 1,300. Now, can you name any item in a household that'd be more than 1,300 in someone's household?
A TV.
Okay, that's one. But
But I mean, that's probably the only thing. Like maybe, depending on what you're spending on, but maybe a bed. So some beds can get up there. But besides like a TV and a bed, your fridge, right?
Something like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you probably don't have to pay for nothing, but usually like the fridge you'll get a new one. But besides that, no, everything else.
The reason why I'm saying that is because you look in a lot of these people's closets. It's a lot of Gucci.
Yeah.
A lot of
clothing.
Fendi, a lot of Prada.
Yeah, but that's because also how much fashion is like a big thing in New York. Because unfortunately, what you wear can bring certain attention. It could be who judges you, why you're allowed to go here, why people like you, why people don't like you. Someone walks past us right now, right? And he could be wearing blue jeans, some Converse, and a white t-shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he can have a lot of money in his account.
Right.
Just because he's not wearing it externally, he's wearing it internally.
How you know he ain't wearing it externally? Maybe that white tee is a Armani tee.
Well, how come the name makes it valuable, right? How come the name Gucci carries so much weight? Who makes it carry that much weight?
The people.
People that buy it, right?
Correct.
So how come if we don't start, let's say we as a culture, right, black people, let's say we start buying something else, right?
Right.
Then wouldn't that then be valuable?
True.
So why are we stuck in the realm of the Prada, the Gucci? It's maybe connected more to the music and the famous people that are making it famous, right?
So who makes it famous? Is it the designer or is it the people?
I think it's the people that buy it, and it's also the people who are like wearing it in terms of like a statement, like celebrities, athletes. If all athletes in there right now start buying like Prada sandals, you got Odell Beckham wearing them. I promise you'll have a lot of people that'll start buying Prada sandals.
Right.
But that's a problem because we're still stuck in the same realm of certain designers that are making the same. Whether it's bullshit, whether it's not, it's a matter of opinion. But there's probably a lot of good, like black, like fashion designers or like off-brand fashion designers that we don't know about.
Like Fubu?
That's more your time. I don't think so. No. I'm sorry. We're not gonna let that one slide.
He ran
No.
from Fubu, bro.
We're not letting that one slide. Nope.
Yo.
You could keep K-Swiss. You could keep Fubu. You could keep all that good stuff. The Master P's, all that.
You want no P Millers?
You could keep them. I don't want them.
Why you not support?
That's not my thing.
See, this is the problem. We talk about this support, but where's the support for real?
Well, why does he have to be the support? How come it can't be some? Sean John lasted a long time.
You wanna get some Sean John?
Yet again, I'm gonna leave that to you. But I'm just saying, a lot of people do get support. It's just a matter of, is their stuff actually good? That's what it comes to boil down to.
Oh, now we talking quality.
And that's why I feel that just because the name Gucci, I feel like people think it just comes with quality, and I don't know how true that is.
You never had?
I don't like Gucci how it looks in the first place. Nothing they make is just too colorful.
Oh, so this is not hidden.
No. But like I said, for you,
Yeah, for me.
That's why we got two different personalities.
You gonna leave it up to me.
Right. You want the colors? All you.
All right.
Gray, black. Keep it that way. Keep it simple. You know.
I feel you.
But like, I'll say this: like Burberry, that print that they have, I like that.
But don't that look like a picnic rug or a picnic sheet? It gives me that picnic sheet look. I mean, I love Burberry, but I'm just saying.
Kind of.
It's just because like my thing is this, right? It's only but so many places you can put the pattern.
Right.
There's only so many ways you can work the pattern.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay.
Yeah, but I think that's a good branding idea because instead of having a logo that can maybe like, let's say you have a dope shirt, right? But the logo's like in a spot where it's like, damn, I wish the logo wasn't this color or the logo wasn't here. Burberry doesn't worry about that because it's like they can have a black jacket and just put the print inside. So it's like you don't have to worry about a logo getting in the way or just being too much. It's always going to be there. They can just put it, how they want it. I like that idea. I wish a lot of brands did that.
You rather have an all black jacket with the print inside.
Print outside, or maybe like on the cuff, like on like.
Oh yeah, the cuff that'd be
right,
fire.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Or the collar that'd be fire.
But when you have like a logo, it's like you just got like American Eagle. Like I think that they have a great idea. I just don't like the bird. Like the bird's just mad stupid. Like why do you have that? Like why do you have that? Or even polo. Like honestly, I think polo makes a lot of nice stuff. Just that big ass horse sometimes.
You don't like the horse with the? That's the part of the.
Yeah, but like if the horse is why you're buying it and not the shirt, that's the problem, right?
Yeah, but they clothes.
Because how many people make polo shirts, but you won't get it because it's not the horse on it.
Right, because the horse is just like the print. The print is still what signifies the value of it. So once you see the horse, make sure it's only right, but make sure it's only one person on that horse, because they got the USP.
Yeah, they got the USP where it's like the jockey or somebody. For filming something behind him, I don't know what that is.
No.
Yeah. Might be a moose on that shit instead of a horse. I don't know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like the Lacoste.
But like I said, right?
With the alligator. You got to get the alligator or the Latigra.
I don't like Lacoste.
You know it was created by a black man, right?
Lacoste?
Mm-hmm. It started out owned by a black man. He created it.
Oh. Made me like it a little bit more, actually. I still wouldn't buy it.
I don't know if black people still own it, but I did research on it. And
but,
oh, snap.
Wait, does Lacoste make Crocs, or is that not the same?
I don't think it's the same.
Oh, okay.
But I got to do further research.
Both of us have to probably do.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so back into this gentrification stuff, like.
So yeah, I mean, it connects to everything. It's just like your apartment, like where you live, all that stuff. Like it matters. But it's just, I think there's a big positive where you get a lot of nicer apartments. Maybe that are, requires less people, but it brings in an idea of where, let's say you live in a certain type of neighborhood, you can still afford this kind of like idea. Oh, Jesus. We cutting this part. I try so hard. I ain't gonna lie. I was looking so far left just to get the peripheral. It was hard. Yeah. It was tough.
Yo, I don't know what you said for the last.
You knew. You knew.
Yo.
No man.
Yo, I'm just letting you know.
We both saw something.
That's his
type 2. That's his type 2. Yeah.
What's your type though? I know we sort of went over this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. But you try to shout me out on the Instagram story saying I'm capping about my type.
Yeah, because what you portrayed my type is definitely not how you portrayed your type.
What's your type?
I'm into the athletic. Maybe a little thicker, a little slimmer. No real preference when it comes to that.
But give me a celebrity that fits that mold. Keep it a buck.
A celebrity that fits the mold.
Jolie. Definitely a Jolie type of dude.
I don't know who that is.
Angelina Jolie.
Oh, no. I actually don't think she even I don't think her face is pretty at all. Not gonna lie.
What?
No.
Then what's your type?
Oh, Tracy Ellis Ross.
That is your
Whoa, no. But like, I know how that's capping.
No, because you do. She fits. She's in your bag, but that's not your prototypical. You definitely a Hannah Montana type of dude.
I used to be. Yeah, I used to be. Yeah, I used to be. But I just think there has to be a little bit more on the plate. It's a little
you hungry now?
Not as much as you. But, not as much as you. But there's enough going around, obviously. So.
Yo, all right. So
because if I ask you who's your type, what I'm thinking in my mind, and I know you're not gonna say. So I'm gonna let
Don't
you
even say Lizzo. You wildin'.
Precious.
Nah, but they cool. But see this. Let's get to the bottom of that.
If I'm extra skinny and you're extra,
I'm not extra
power forward. Then the medium, obviously we both like the medium, because that's like, you know, the Eva Mendes, the Tracy Ellis Ross, like
Eva Mendes.
Okay, so let me say, okay, what about what's her name, Meg Thee Stallion? What do you think about her?
Oh, Meg is good.
Okay, I like.
I mean, she's tall. She's on that power forward tip.
Yeah,
but
height stature.
Right, at height stature. Yeah. But even in, you know what I mean? She got a little weight to her.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good.
If you ever go scuba diving, you might get choked out. Legs will choke you out.
Just so you don't bring the gear. You just go in knowing. Yeah.
Today could be the day.
This is my last ride. No Undertaker.
Yo, so wait, hold up. So if you had to pick a person that you think that would be like mine, like, okay, this is the prototypical, who would you say it would be for me?
Like a celebrity, right?
Yeah, I mean, because it got to be somebody that the people know.
In terms of like body, or you want
no, like all right, for example, all right, so I'll give you an example for you, right?
Did you say Hannah Montana?
No, because I mean,
we
know each other from back in the day, so I already knew that was one of your
yeah.
celebrity crushes or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But I'm talking like, as of right now, right? If I really had to be like totally honest, like, okay, if I could like create a girl or set up a date with a celebrity that I think that, okay, this is gonna be up his alley, around his, I think it will be let me see what I could get for you.
Honestly, I think I'd stay with Meg Thee Stallion for you. Because I feel
that
like
won't be bad. That won't be a bad thing.
Like the body type makes sense. Maybe the attitude is very accurate. You know, you don't like a real quiet, reserved kind of person. You want something that's a little more fun, a little more probably, you know, out there. So I can see Meg being like
the prototypical.
Right, might be a little bit taller for the
right, but I mean, but Meg, I get what you're saying going with it. I would say for you, I definitely would have said, what's that lady that was in Transformers?
Megan Fox.
Yeah, I thought that would be like the prototypical for you.
Yeah, but
the Fox.
She was good.
Or she an exception to the rule.
No, she's fire. She's fire. I feel like, I don't know if it's true, but she just has a lot of work done. So I'm not a big fan of that.
Work?
Work. Yeah.
You want to give out work?
30 for 30. Get my own special. But no, but Megan Fox is fire. But you could tell like she had like the lips and might have a little like face work kind of done. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm saying like so someone like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, right? Like,
okay.
Are you like, do you mind that, like when they have like their bodies done?
I'm gonna be honest. It's definitely a bias thing because I'm into like legs,
right?
You know, buttocks. So,
right.
You know what I mean? That's just my preference. So, but it's like
so
I said, no, but like
no one. Matter.
No, I'm more natural.
Okay.
However, if I didn't know, I'm rolling that. I'll roll with it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I just can't know it for the most part.
Okay.
Unless, like I said, like I don't mind. Like if you know me, if you wanted to like drain your stomach a little bit or something like that. But I don't want it to be like them Barbie dolls where it's like your legs don't match. You know what I mean? Like you just look crazy. You know what I mean? But I like women to be themselves though. I don't really want them to feel like they have to enhance themselves.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole nother topic, if you will. But,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah. No, I feel you. I feel the same way. Especially if it's done well, like it's kind of hard to tell at times.
Right.
Especially if it's like not like a major like change. If it's like, you know, a little minor thing.
Even if it's a dude.
What do you mean?
Like sometimes, you ever watch Maury? And they be having like 20 people on stage.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Like
10 dudes, 10.
But like but they're like dressed as women though, right?
No, they're fully trans. Well, they're
trans. Okay. Oh, I thought you meant like a dude getting work done. Oh, like to turn. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. I'm like, what if a dude get work done? Like as a guy, do straight men get like work done? Probably not.
I don't know. Can you get your beef lifted?
Don't think so. I wouldn't know. Would you know? Do you have experience in that realm, dear friend? You can tell the people. They might want to know.
Nah, I don't know.
They might have some people that, you know, might need that couple pointers, you know.
Nah, but they do got like ginseng just for like, you know.
Okay, but that's not work done. Yeah. That's like natural stuff.
Yeah, for the most part. Right.
Natural vibe.
Right.
Okay.
Honey. The honey.
that might give the opposite effect. Suppression.
But listen, but yeah. So did you ever watch Maury?
Yeah, like Maury and Jerry.
No, I mean like, but that like segment.
I know,
where they,
I've never seen that. No, I haven't.
Oh, you gotta watch that.
So it's like it's a bunch of people standing up. You're the toughest a man or a woman.
Like they're like basically the person will come up to the front,
Right.
and then you shout out born male, born female,
Oh.
and then after
they'll reveal.
right.
But so like there'll be men that look like women, but they're actually men. Right?
Well, no. Let me take that back.
Okay.
I'm assuming in the show that they're trans.
Oh, okay.
They are classified as trans. However,
right.
they have done whatever kind of job that they've done that they look
right. They look
right.
That they can pass for a woman easily. Right.
Easily,
kind of
right.
Okay.
That's a better way to say it. They're able to pass for a woman easily.
Right.
So it's a segment where they all lined up, and then they'll
the
come,
crowd will go.
and you have to guess. Right.
Okay. I've never seen it. No.
Well, watch it and tell me what your percentage is like.
I'm probably gonna get it all right.
Think so?
Regardless.
That's what I thought.
Well, we different people.
I'm not Shaq at the free throw line, but I was about 70% from the line. I got about like 5-4 wrong. Okay. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I'll let you know how that goes.
I ain't definitely let the people know how it goes too.
Oh, y'all know. 100%.
Maybe one day I could just have the camera while you watch the show, so you can't get away from it.
I still don't miss.
You don't miss? You Steph Curry with the pot?
Pressure makes diamonds.
Or bust pipes.
Oh, good thing I'm not a pipe. No pause. No pause.
Yo. So who's your top 5 then?
In terms of just like celebrities?
Yeah.
I told you Tracy Ellis Ross is one.
So she's number 1.
She was one back on Girlfriends, and she's still one to this day.
So you like MILFs?
Age don't matter.
Oh, you and your R. Kelly.
No.
Age ain't nothing but a number?
See, that's your man's yet again. I'm not the Kelly. No.
You not rolling with the aura?
I'm not rolling with the Aura, the Bill, none of them. Sorry, they gotta be canceled.
Now the Bill is back.
He shouldn't be back.
Why? He's good. He's clean.
Was MJ clean?
Which MJ?
The only MJ.
Michael Jackson? Michael Jordan?
The Jackson.
The Jackson. Is he clean about what?
Just because you may have gotten released from said problem doesn't mean you are actually clean.
I think he's clean.
You think Bill Cosby and Michael Jackson were actually clean?
I think that it's 2 different types of clean.
Okay, so let's go with Bill Cosby. You think Bill Cosby actually didn't do anything that he did?
No, I think he did what he did, but I think that it was the lifestyle then. So it's almost like, oh, we drinking Henny, we smoking weed, yeah, it's wrong, but however, it's like that's the lifestyle. So like Hollywood at that time, sniffing a line of coke and popping a few pills, that was a part of the regular routine.
Right. So drugs are drugs, not a problem, but underage woman is underage woman, right?
Cosby had that situation? No.
Did he not? Was he not?
No, his situation was more like date rape, if I'm not mistaken. It was more like date rape, like, oh, you dropped a Mickey in a drink or something like that, and
he was Rick Ross in it. Gotcha. Okay, Papa Molly, I'm sweating. All right, well, in that case,
Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Woo! Oh.
But no, I think even though that was the lifestyle, I mean, wrong is wrong, is it not?
But that's my thing though. If that's the lifestyle at that time, that means at that time it is not wrong. It's the lifestyle. So for example, right?
It is wrong. So it's just because no one's pointing it out. They're not allowing it to be viewed as wrong. They're saying, well, we're all doing it, so it's fine.
No, what makes it wrong though? Is it wrong because this drug is illegal, or is it wrong because you took it and then things went.
Well, if they slipping it into the drinks, then it's wrong because you're doing it without the person knowing, there's no consent, and that's what always makes it wrong, is it not?
True, that is. Right. But you also know at the party that everybody all these drinks is gonna have something in it.
Yeah, but not to the point where you out here waking up in a different world.
But see, that's my point, right? So even with that being said, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say that's the case.
Okay.
They hung out with him several times afterwards.
True.
So
it's kind of like the Deshaun Watson.
But I'm not gonna hang out after that. We can't hang out no more.
Right. So so it's wrong. So therefore, it's probably wrong on both parts, right? So for the people that still come back, they obviously didn't care enough, right? Or either didn't care enough, or Maybe they just didn't know what was going on. I don't know. I
But
don't know.
no, but that's the whole thing.
Right.
If they didn't
If they
know
come-
what's going on,
Right.
then how are they testifying about this?
True.
Right.
So if they were coming back, that is
Right.
a fault on them. But also, it's a fault on the person who doesn't mind it keeping, you know.
But that's
in
the
cycle.
culture. So let me ask
But
you a question.
But is that? But,
All right. So let me ask you a question,
Go ahead.
right?
Yeah.
Let's say there's a tribe, right?
Okay.
Let's just use Africa, right? Let's say there's a tribe, and the tribe is that before the lady gets married, they have to remove their breasts.
Okay.
Is that, wouldn't that be considered inhumane?
No.
Why not?
Because as a society had like that's I don't think that is a human like I don't know how do I word this. I don't think something like that would equal anything that's like morally wrong. I don't think having someone remove their breast in terms of like, let's say for that example, like with the ceremony, religion, like sure it's maybe that culture, but I don't think that's morally wrong in the sense. You know what I'm saying?
To remove the breasts?
Right, but I'm saying like if you know, like you said, if it's like if it's like tribal, if it's like very like religious, then it's not morally wrong.
But
Because it's practiced.
But it's not against. But it could be against the lady's will. Like this, what I'm saying. It's not like she's saying yes. I want this to
I
happen.
understand what
It's
you're
more so like, Dag, I want to be married, but I have to sacrifice this in order to be married.
So then I will say this then: if the woman knows what's going to happen, right, then and doesn't take the opt out, right, then therefore doesn't that kind of insinuate consent?
No, because at the same time,
Because that's like
and those type of say
Right.
in this type of country,
speaking on this example,
right? Speaking on this example, that kind of country, the woman may not even have a choice. She might
Right.
not have a right. So
in that case-
it's not consent,
right? Yes, in that case, then
and
yes.
so that's morally wrong.
right.
But yet, it will be deemed as a part of that society as right.
Right.
Right. So now to tie it into this situation,
But
right?
I don't know
What is the culture of Hollywood?
what's the culture of just celebrities? What's the culture of?
Wait, no, is the difference between a celebrity nowadays and Hollywood?
Well, Hollywood are what cooks up with Hollywood?
Hollywood is
Famous
the
people.
elite. Right, no.
Of
Okay.
famous people, of
Okay.
celebrities.
Okay,
Whether you're just rich because of what you founded PayPal or whatever, like you are still a celebrity in your own world, right? Celebrities are celebrities. Famous people are.
No. The person that created PayPal is not a celebrity.
Are you sure?
Just wealthy, just rich.
But that comes with some kind of status.
Yes, but
In
nobody.
a different world, though.
No, but this is the thing though. That person, a celebrity is a person that 90% of the world you go, they're gonna know who you are. The person that owns Coca-Cola could probably walk the streets freely.
But that's because maybe certain types of people don't know him. Like the
Right,
same-
but that means you're not a celebrity.
yes, you do. I promise you, half of these rappers probably couldn't go to a certain country and they would not be.
No, they do be known in them other countries.
Some, but not everyone.
But
knows.
that's why I said.
Okay,
it's
so,
not
so I have a question.
right.
So I have a question. So is any music artist a celebrity by that definition?
No, not any music celebrity. It's a certain caliber.
So you're saying only the elite are celebrities?
Correct.
What do you consider anyone that's under that?
B-list celebrity. That's where you get the B-list, C-list.
But they're still celebrities at the end of the day. Right?
Not really though, because like you said, their face is not is not an entry pass. Like to me, a celebrity is a person who. A celebrity has the power where when their presence is there, it changes the environment of the whole situation. Get i.e. right.
Okay. I understand. what you're saying.
Usher has to buy out Disney World to be comfortable. Michael Jackson has to buy out Disney World to be comfortable. Let me give you a
Muhammad Ali.
Fat Joe. Don't like he's people. Some people they're gonna know him, but he's not causing a pandemonium where they gotta shut down the whole Disney World.
Right. But you wouldn't consider him a celebrity.
No. He's a B-list celebrity. He's like a hood celebrity.
Okay.
Like any hood you go to, they're gonna know him.
Right.
But Fat Joe can possibly go somewhere in Nevada and they may not know him.
Right. Okay.
But
I got you.
but Bezos
Mhm.
can go probably anywhere and people gonna recognize him.
Okay.
Or Rihanna could go pretty much anywhere around the world and people gonna recognize her.
True. Right. Someone will.
Right. So to me, it's not to say that they're not celebrities. I just feel like there's a
different
tier. So
Okay.
even like the did you see the Cat Williams special stand up comedy
Which one? I've
where
seen them all, probably.
where it's like he talks about the going to the Playboy Mansion. And it's like an elite few that get invited to those.
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
not
yeah.
going,
Ryan,
not
I
getting
got
an
you.
invite to that.
Yeah.
know what I mean, like a Puff Daddy party, a P Diddy party. Everybody don't get that invite.
So okay, I got you.
So now when you're in that Bill Cosby realm,
right.
you're now in a realm of like big dogs only.
Right.
Like you're not really catching.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna catch somebody on a B-list celebrity status there, unless maybe there was a part of his show or something.
Right.
Where it's like, okay,
you hear by affiliation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but even if you take that, if you just take celebrities in Hollywood for what it is, right?
Okay.
What do you think about when you think of Hollywood? Cocaine, orgies, popping pills,
right?
Endless bottles of liquor,
right. Everything you said is fine, right? Because that's
right.
the culture or whatever, right?
Right.
But there's still a human moral complex that everybody has, right? And sure, people still do things and they know it's wrong, or they do it not knowing, whatever, right? But there's still a consistent moral complex across celebrities, B-listers, regular civilians, homeless people, right?
Okay.
If you're human and you are a functional person, you have a moral compass. Like
for the most part,
right?
You should have it, right?
Speaking of about the kind of people that do have it. So anything of like doing something without consent of another human will therefore always be wrong.
No, you're absolutely right.
Right.
I'm not negating that, but what I am saying is
which
this, right?
I'm saying,
so let me ask you a question.
Well, just before you ask your question, just to connect it to the whole, like you said, like it's the culture that it's acceptable, right?
Right.
I still think at the end of the day, whether it's the culture and it's common, it happens a lot, still don't think it makes it okay.
Okay, so now let's bring, because I feel like because it's drugs and because of how the women were being engaged,
right,
that can be a very sensitive topic. So let me just bring it to a smaller scale, right?
Okay.
We're at the pool.
Sure.
What's the atmosphere of the pool?
That's a good question. What is the atmosphere?
So let's say the atmosphere is, getting in the water, swimming around, maybe doing cannonballs, maybe holding your breath, holding your breath underwater for a certain amount of times.
Right.
Maybe some people want to play the towel and just suntan, whatever, sunbathe or whatever.
Okay.
Whatever, catch a suntan.
Right.
But how many times has a person or girl or boy been at the edge? I just want to get my feet wet, and one of us just came up behind, grabbed them, and just throwing you in there without consent.
Right. Now, after that said action happens, does the girl, when she's out of the water or whatever, is she now in a playful mood and she's accepting of it?
Let's say she's tight. Let's use the worst case scenario. Let's say she's tight. Yo, why you do that? My hair now wet. Yo, you even let me get a chance to put my swim cap on.
Right.
Yeah. You a jerk.
You deserved it.
No, you do, but
There's
at
no
the same
but.
no.
Why is there a but?
Because at the same time,
just because
you understand that this is a possibility. This can, that this, like, because think about it. Even if you don't throw the person in the water. Okay. Let's say a kid runs past her, jumps cannonballs, and the water gets on her hair.
Okay.
She's still mad.
Right, but at the same time, no one physically put her in the water.
Right.
It's different than the water accidentally hitting her.
No,
in that scenario, she is in the range of getting wet. That's
right, but
she should know that.
You at the Hollywood party. You in the range,
right?
Of just running into some cocaine.
Okay,
you're
fine.
in the range.
Yeah, but cocaine's not going to put you to bed.
It will be. It will.
But guess what? You have to take it. It's not going to be just I'm taking a sip and it's in my drink that I didn't know.
I get it.
Something that's a physical drug you have to physically take. Right. Now, if I had a little vial and snuck it in while you was talking to somebody for a second.
Okay, I think that's my thing.
You think that wasn't happening?
I don't think that it was you're not looking.
Or you think it was let me get your drink in front of you?
Right. I think it's more. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I was not there. So, but I'm looking at it like this: that what he probably was doing was, yo, you want rounds? Boom, boom. All right, pour up 4, drop 4.
Yeah, again,
pass out.
They wouldn't. But okay, so if you're over here calling for drinks, like what do you want? They're getting a drink. Now if you should be like, yo, I'm gonna throw a little whatever in there.
But you know how we do.
Well, but no, they might not, because if the people there, like the girls, probably aren't all celebrities, right? Now we all know that. If you go into a very famous kind of party, there's probably girls there who aren't on the same tier as them.
Right.
They're there for the status, the fun, the drinks.
What's the
everything.
fun? What's everything? You said everything.
Okay,
Are they for everything?
Well,
because everything is everything.
Everything that comes with the party, like you said.
That comes with the party.
Yes, but getting roofied doesn't come with a party.
All right, so
That's always a negative when it comes to parties, is it not?
Okay, but there's a difference though, because let's even bring it down to this, right?
This is him dancing around
No.
the dangerous area.
No, it's not even me dancing. He's right what he's saying. But what I'm saying is that it's an atmosphere that's being presented.
Yes.
And with this atmosphere, we cannot act like we're oblivious to what the atmosphere is conducive of. It's just like I said, you hanging out in a hood. Right, a lot of parents who got themselves out of the hood, they'll tell their children, don't go to the hood, because of the atmosphere.
Right.
There's a chance you could get robbed.
Right.
There's a chance you could get shot.
Right.
Now, those are all bad instances.
Right.
However, this is a probability. You go in there knowing that there's a probability. There's a probability that this guy gonna be mad at you because his girl is looking at you.
Right.
It's a probability. It's a probability that you might take his girl. It's a probability that he might take your chain.
Right.
It's a probability
He might
that
take your life.
Right, he might take your life.
Yeah.
It's a probability. But you go there understanding that this is the case. And I feel like because it's a male to female thing, that's why it's bad.
Oh yeah, and that's always a double standard.
Cardi B, she even got songs that she even said she was interviews or whatever.
And that's
I was getting men.
And that's a double standard out the ass. But even for the example of going to the hood, knowing your pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I think still, I mean, like you said, you agree with it also. The difference is one is an option. Like if there's an option to go somewhere, if I have to go to the hood, right? I know what I'm getting myself into. So it's up to me to say, you know what, I'm still gonna go. Right. But anything that happens, whether it's forced or it's chosen, that's the difference. Like if I go to the hood, there's nothing that is chosen. Everything just happens. Like I can't be like, yeah, I'm just gonna piss this guy off and take him off. Like if I walk through, it's an option. It's like it's 50-50.
But you ain't have to go to that party either. That's the option.
Right. Once you go there, yes. But then at the same time, me getting a drink and knowing what I'm getting is different between let me get a drink and then he put something else in it. I didn't ask for that.
But no. But you're right. You didn't ask for that. However,
that's someone else tampering with it.
No. But however, you know that we all do coke. Right. So and you know that when we make our drinks, we make it cokey.
But that's okay.
So then, what you thought this drink was going to be made of?
But it wasn't coke that's getting put in those drinks.
No, I'm just saying, or whatever.
Right, but
pills, whatever.
Right, but I'm saying
Alka-Seltzer, whatever we put in it.
Right.
You have to get your own drink.
So I have a question. And so if you went to a party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, let me get a shot.
Wait, before we even go further,
okay.
am I being invited to like one of these
one of these parties,
extravagant parties?
Right. Yes.
Correct.
And you go there, whatever, right? And you ask for a drink. What do you? Now you're at the party, right? Whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you not gonna? Now, are you afraid to drink everything because you think something's in it?
Yes.
So that's your mindset.
Right.
Okay.
But at the same time, right? I'm under the impression also that if I go there, I'm going there to be a part of the festivities.
Right.
So I have to assume that if these people are partaking in alcoholic beverages, maybe some drugs, whether legal or illegal,
right.
I'm assuming that they're gonna want me a part of it because how am I gonna be at this event and I'm the only one that's not partaking in nothing?
But you are, but you can partake in drinking without it being an extra level to it.
But that's the whole thing. If you want a regular party, go down to the club on 34th Street. But you come in here.
You can go to 40. You can go to some of these rooftop parties and you can still see some of the crazy shit that's going on in there.
You can, but it's considered crazy there. That's my point. You being reserved appears crazy there.
So, but then what?
Because the norm is to get buck wild here.
Right.
So when you're now, it's like I said, it's like a strip club, right? In Atlanta, they come up to New York, Miami, they come up to New York and they be like, yo, this is like a regular party because nobody's topless, nobody's showing nothing.
Right.
So when we go down to their strip club down there, we're flabbergasted. Yo, they butt naked. They joint feel like an orgy because it's the environment. Right. So that's the point. So you go into if you go into a Playboy party, mm-hmm. and you're just standing around watching, to you they're looking at you as a weirdo.
Right.
But you're looking at their actions as being weirdos. But that's the climate.
No, I understand that. But I'm not saying on the basic level of like what's going on. I think it's always the extraness that can make it taboo.
But that's not extra for them.
So let's put it this way. So you think at a celebrity party like that, you think every drink is tampered?
Yes.
That means everyone will be having the same story that people do.
No, because like you said, some people are rolling, and then you got the few that's not rolling. But this is another. But this
because
is my
it's a choice.
right. But this is my point, though, right?
Yeah.
If those individuals, right, was at that event for the first time, and they had a certain perspective of what they thought may what happen or how it goes, and it was like a little shaky.
Right.
Cool, I get it. But you done went back to the hotel. You done did other things. You went back to the parties again. So at some point, when are you gonna say, okay, like, okay, now you know what time it is.
No, yes.
You're not checking your drinks no more? Like, you're not now saying I'll get my own now? You
Right.
still allow him to pour up?
Uh-huh.
You still allow him, like, this is my point.
No, that's the fault that's the fault on the person who, if they did one offense and they kept going back and forth, that's your fault now. Yes.
But see, to me, that's why this would make it not a fault now. Because to me, it feels like you was down until something didn't go your way.
No,
and now you're not down. So
Right.
I'm gonna use this as a caveat. It's like, for example, say for example, right? Let's say I'm telling you, bro, yo, let's get high.
Okay.
Now, you saying, yo, I don't get high, I don't do that.
Right.
If I have another event in which I'm doing this,
Mhm.
what's the chance of me likely to invite you? When I know that this ain't your swag, this is how you get down.
That's true.
Now, let's say, for example, the next time, boom, I say, yo, come through. You say, copy. I roll up. Let's say you just saw weed. You ain't know I sprinkled some other stuff in there. But you hit it. Boom. You start tripping.
Well, if I smoke in the first place, then I'm already going against what I said the first time.
No, but let's say it's a different scenario now.
Okay.
Let's say this is your first time.
Right.
You say okay.
Yeah.
But let's say you just a weed smoker.
Oh, okay.
And you don't
And
know
you-
that I
like-
sprinkled something.
Right. Okay.
Now we both hit it. You
Right.
trip. You have a trip now.
But
Right.
see, I would fault you
Right. You will fault me.
because you should have told me.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Right.
But now,
Even if everyone was okay with it.
no, you're absolutely right.
Right.
But now,
Right.
what happens if you went on a trip
Mm-hmm.
and you come back like, yo, y'all doing that again?
Then that's on me.
So that's my
That's
point.
what I mean, yes.
So
But-
now it's almost like you
Right.
like what's going on.
Obviously, yes, because you wouldn't do it more than once.
Right.
Right. But I mean, I don't know the
You see,
exact details
he's
of the
dancing
bill.
now.
No. I'm not dancing. I'm just saying, how many of them complained after the first offense? That's what I would like
But
to know.
we haven't heard nothing.
Right.
But that's my point though,
Right.
and I get it. I want to make sure that I'm putting this out there clearly. I understand that when you're dealing with certain traumas or certain offenses, that it's not easy to just share, especially when you're dealing with somebody of high authority. I totally get that. However, I will assume that if you're not on a payroll, if this person is not responsible for some form of taking care of you, then I would say that you have to remove yourself.
Yeah.
You understand? And maybe it may take you 10 years, it may take you 20 years to finally express yourself and come out about the issue. However, you got to remove yourself from the environment. In my personal opinion, I feel like they knew it was a bad thing. However, they was rolling with it. Maybe he was paying off their college tuition.
Right.
Maybe he was putting them in nice condos or whatever. And I guess once that stopped, that's when it became okay, so if you stop, then I'm going to do this.
Right.
And that's how I feel about it.
Which means that there's still some room where there is a fault if they can bring something up that looks like a negative.
Yes, no, that's what I
Right.
say. No,
Yeah.
you're right, because definitely,
Right.
just to make that clear, if a person does something without your permission, your consent, is wrong.
Right.
My thing is that I feel like the fault is removed once you start rolling with it.
Right. If you do something that was, societally wrong, but you do it again and again.
No, you're
and
rolling
again.
with it.
Right.
Right.
Then it's like, well, you have
We in a car, right?
Mhm.
I'm driving. Yo, stay right here. Watch how I'm about to run into this bank real quick. All right, no problem. You gonna get some money? No problem. You sit out there. I done robbed the bank. I jump in the car. I drive off. I sped off. Boop.
Right.
Yo, what you doing? Yo, I came up, bro. Da da da. Now, if you let me out this car, man, you violated. I ain't want nothing to do with that.
Right.
I get that.
Or
But if you
let me
get
go.
back with me, you shook. Yo, help me count this.
Right.
20 bands, 30 bands,
Right.
50 bands. Oh, yo, you know what, man? Take this 20 bands.
Right. You take that money.
Right, now you win.
Yeah.
You win. And then
You
and,
even
and
counting
then the
it.
next, and then
You even counting
you
it.
even saying, yo, bingo pop your love.
Right.
You even helping me out now.
Right.
Yo, City.
Right. This other bank down the block.
City looking good for the taking. Right. So to me,
Right,
you're
yes,
in.
yes,
so
yes.
my thing is this.
And then if something goes wrong, you can't be like, oh, well, you know,
I was
right,
forced.
Right. I was stuck in the car. I was just there. It's like, well, no. Right.
But that's where
Right.
snitching is a problem.
I have really weird views on snitching.
Let's talk about it.
I think on the scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's like a 50-50
It's
scenario.
It's never 50-50.
Well, it is. If you have any part, I think it's 50-50.
Because the person that's running in there with the gun and the person that's driving off,
Yes.
it's two different charges.
Right. I mean, but
the driver's probably gonna get reckless endangerment.
everyone that
Duh.
entered that car to me has an equal share. I think personally, because if you're now think of it from how I see it. If you're willing to do whatever you're about to do, then all the people who have entered that realm, they should all have an equal share in terms of like sentencing and all that stuff. Now, yes, if someone kills someone, you get a little bit more, but everyone who has a part in it.
But they have a part in it. That means they gotta be. They're saying that. That means they gotta take. If you're bearing a firearm,
Right.
I can't have the same weight as if I'm just driving.
Why not?
Because I
understand
with the
why
firearm,
not.
right?
But what I'm saying is, why shouldn't they? Because now I feel that in that scenario, let's say you have 4 people in a car, right? All 4 people have a different task, if you will, right? And they all do 4 different things, but they all get caught.
Right.
And let's say the guy who had the gun, right, whatever, went
Right.
in, stole the money, came back. Let's say he gets like 25, 30 years in jail.
Right.
I think they should all get that.
Why though?
Because if they're all dumb enough to do this offense, then to teach them a lesson should be, okay, doesn't matter what part you had, you should have never taken part in it in the first place.
Right, but at the same time, what you do can determine the charge, right? So
Right,
now,
right.
So now, if my role in this ordeal is to run up there with the gun and put it to somebody's head,
Right.
that's different than a person who just gotta drive a car after your car passed.
Right.
I gotta drive the car slowly to block off the cops.
Right.
That's a different charge.
Yes,
So
100%.
because it's a different charge, it holds a different weight.
I understand that.
One is basically is interrupting
Like police work or whatever.
police work,
Right.
and another one is menacing robbery,
Right.
burglary.
But I still feel, and I know all 4 of them will be weighed differently and evaluated differently. I understand that. I know they're all 4 different charges, different years, different whatever. I still think at the end of the day, you're still in a way letting the other people off, because I still think that they thought that whatever they were going to do is like, oh well, I'm not doing the worst, so I'm just going to get the
Right.
minimum. But I
Right.
think no. If you go in with that mindset, you're still letting people like, oh, if I'm just going to get 3 years for just driving the car, what do I care? Because it's probably a bigger reward if we get away, and then me
Right,
getting
but
caught.
but I also think that when we get back, we don't get an equal split. If I had to run in there,
No.
and you're just driving,
Right, but that's
we get
but that to
now.
me,
Now, if
that's
you had to
different.
bust through, if you had to get through the traffic, and hit the highway,
Right.
and get busy, oh yeah, now you got us out. You get a bigger cut.
Right, but that's a different terms of like, that's like a more personal planning for the people. But I'm saying in terms of like, like
committing the actual
right. I
offense.
think once you are in the action of doing it, whatever part you have should be, I think, equal.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. Let's switch up the topic, right? Well, not the topic.
Because I think
scenario.
it sends a message to like, oh shit, like no matter what I do, it'll be weighed as whatever the worst person did.
Okay, so let's do this, right?
Right.
Let's say this: we in the hood,
Sure.
and somebody slapped my sister or slapped your sister.
Okay.
So we going with the intent to beat somebody up,
Okay.
for sure.
Right.
We out there fighting,
Okay.
but you ain't know I had the Pokemon.
Right.
So I pulled out and I started.
Okay.
We both should be charged for murder.
Did I get caught with you?
Yeah, we both got caught. We all thumping. We all out there thumping.
I stand by what I said.
So you should go down for murder. But
Yeah.
you just putting hands on this guy. The guy you fight over there, y'all just going toe to toe, ding 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 ding.
I still-
But the guy that I'm hitting
Right.
him with the
Right.
jiggernaut,
So-
jiggernaut.
So at the end of the day, right, and I've had this talk with one of my friends before,
Mm-hmm.
it's about what's equal, right? Like what's an equal punishment to an act? So if someone slapped my sister, right,
Mm-hmm.
what is an equal punishment you feel? Connected to what you just said, right?
Mhm.
Do you think going to stab him, do you think going to jump him, is that equal? Is that an equal punishment to what he did?
It depends.
No, I'm asking on a literal standpoint, what is that equal?
It depends.
On how, what does it depend on?
Because it depends on
Because I think that's a
on
big
this,
problem
right?
with like,
Because to me, once, like, all right, so this is the way I feel, right? Once the offense happens, you can't determine how far I go because I may not be able to match what you just did. So let's say, for example, right?
Okay.
Same thing.
Right.
Let's say I be politically correct and I say a slap for a slap. But if Tyson slaps your sister, you slapping Tyson is not equal. Because his force and your force is not the same.
Okay.
So how do you match it? Like, it's a gray area. To me, if you smack me, you can't tell me why did I snuff you?
No.
I may have you open up the gate where now my reaction, you can't determine what my reaction could be or should be.
Right, and I don't think it's about determining reaction. I think it's very straightforward. It's about what is an equal response.
Right, but
I'm
how would you determine
I'm not saying what's a fair, and I'm not saying what's a rational, because I know rational is whatever your reaction is. So if you get punched in the face and you just put him in a chokehold and put him to sleep, that was your reaction. Okay. I'm not saying that was equal. I'm not saying that was fair. I just think what's equal is very straightforward.
And so what makes it equal then?
If someone, so we want to use the same example of someone, let's say someone slapped my sister, right? Mm-hmm. Or slapped someone I knew.
Right. Slap anybody.
Right.
Somebody got slapped. Right.
Somebody got slapped. Mm-hmm. I think an equal response is to then either slap or punch them back.
But what makes a punch? Why you resorted to punching?
Because a slap and a punch it's no different.
No, that's different. You ever got punched in the face?
I haven't.
You ever got slapped in the face?
I think a slap stings a lot more than a punch.
So then it's not equal.
To me,
it's more humiliating actually.
It depends.
Getting slapped.
That's a personal preference.
You think being punches? You'd rather be slapped?
I think they think they're both humiliating. It depends on the context, but I think they're both equally humiliating. Especially if you're receiving it and not also giving it back. No pause. But I mean, like the same thing. It's like I think equal and like what's your reaction to it is not the same. I think a slap for a slap is fine. I think a slap and a punch are almost equal, if not the same.
But would you deem that to be?
Yes, I think to overstep would then be when you lose the gray area of equal.
So what if What if I decide to kick you? Is that equal?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Because I think a kick is a lot stronger. Is a way stronger weapon than a hand.
But it's because you're skilled at it.
Well,
your kick and my kick is two different kicks.
So maybe you're right.
You see what I mean?
Right.
So this is what I'm saying.
So maybe it's just a strike for a strike.
But a strike with a billy club.
But that's different. That's
a strike though.
That's a weapon.
You just said a strike for a strike.
Right. But we're using hands. Now if I pick up something, I am now stepping over what was just happening.
But what if I'm just that much stronger than you that the stick is gonna even the odds? If like I said, if you smack me and I smack you, but you 300 pounds solid.
But it's not about but you're thinking about the reaction that's going to cause. It's about the action that it's going to cause.
No, because
the action and the reaction is not the same. Because if I slap you and you slap me and I eat it and you don't, that's a fault. Like you aren't as strong as me, or
right. But then that gives you now more of the privilege to say, oh yeah, I could do this to 90% of the world because I'm stronger than 90% of the world. So if I know that I could go around and just start smacking people, how many people is really going to be able to smack me where it's going to hurt me?
So you're saying a message to be sent, which makes it equal, to deter it from happening again. So if you walk around just slapping random people, right? You're saying someone should go overboard.
Not overboard. I think that you have to be able to inflict the amount of damage that it will hurt.
So you think equalness is pain tolerance?
No,
on a pain level.
Not necessarily pain tolerance. I just think that it's more so
the effect.
Right, it's the effect it causes. So, for example, right, if I have an apartment, that's all I have, you burn my apartment down. That might be all I have. So now, if you got 3 condos, all your 3 condos gotta go, because that's the only equivalent. If I just say one of your condos, it's not gonna hurt you like it hurt me. We both not in the same situation.
Fair enough.
If I have 1 child and you have 7 kids, if you kill my kid, killing one of your kids ain't gonna hold the same weight. You need to have none like me. We both have to have none.
Right.
That's the only way that it's gonna balance out the same.
Well, in a way that I think that's correct. You're not.
See what I mean?
No,
so now, so like I said, and this is why that's my issue, right? So now if I'm in a car, right? If I'm in a car, and I'm just driving to a destination, if I'm following all the rules, I'm obeying all the lights, I'm not really breaking the rule as far as that. I'm breaking the rule as far as I'm helping assist with a crime. But I don't know what took place in there.
But you
I don't know
but,
what took
but
place
you know
in it.
illegal act was happening.
No, that's true.
Right, so therefore you don't care what's happening.
No, you still do might care.
You wouldn't care if you cared, you wouldn't have done it.
No, that's not true because, like I said, I don't know what's in your mind. Like for example, we could go in there saying, "Listen, nobody's gonna get hurt. We're gonna write a note, slide it to the teller. It's gonna say, give me the money, or we're gonna destroy the whole place, or we're gonna find your family or something.
Right.
We may have an address or something, and that's it. And we're assuming that this person is so frightened that they're just gonna pass us the money.
Right.
All of a sudden, you outside the car with the car running, and you hear, bah, 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 bah. You're like, what is going on? This ain't a part of the plan.
But
now they run out, and 5 people have been killed in there. I cannot say that you signed up for it.
You did.
No,
You did.
because then that means that's going taking us right back to the party. At the party, it's involuntary stuff that just go on.
So how can you be on one side and not the other?
No, I just want to make sure you come on.
I'll make sure you're on my side. Yeah.
No, you on my
No,
side.
you're on my side.
You're on my
Yeah.
side. Because
if
she
I
at the
know
party,
they were
if
doing
she at the party, like you said, some things gonna happen that you didn't plan for. You ain't consent to. It's just a part of the situation.
So at the end of the day, they're both wrong.
Correct.
Okay. So all right. So either way, we found a middle ground. They're both wrong. At the end of the day, to continue the bank robbery thing, if I go into a car knowing there's going to be a bank robbery, I should know that either someone can have a gun, someone can go rogue off the plan. You also got to know the people you're going with.
Right.
If I know that, Keith could be a rogue one, then sure, you may tell me something, but if I know you, then yeah, you might come out there and just shoot an officer right in the chest.
Hey, you know I'm Cosby. You know I'm with the pudding pop.
Right.
You know me.
She's sprinkling it all over everybody. Free of charge.
What's that thing you see the meme when he?
Oh yeah. That was the funniest shit ever.
Yo. Yeah, man.
But I think he should have stayed in jail. I ain't gonna lie.
You want him to go under?
He should have stayed in jail. I think it looks a little weird for
Him to be out?
Yeah.
I get it though. I understand just so you know, I understand where you're coming from.
No, I know.
I just personally feel like there's a lot of damn. We about to get to it.